Alright, so before this video starts, here and here, these are clothes that I'm now bringing out. They're only going to be available for 7 days after this video is released on the 15th of January. It's currently the 11th, which is my 17th birthday, so happy birthday to me. But those clothes that you see right there is t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts and jumpers or hoodies or sweatshirts or whatever they're called in your country are available. They're only going to be available for 7 whole days after the video here goes live, and then that is going to become like a limited edition first shirt type thing. And then after that I'll definitely be coming out with more designs depending on how well they sell. So definitely go down, head on to the first link in the video description, go and purchase those. And of course now with this video we're going to be doing exactly what we did the other day. Just because of the response on that video was so incredibly good, I'm going to be pulling apart more cheap speakers. So here we have an LG subwoofer out of a home theater in a box. We have a Panasonic subwoofer out of a home theater in a box. And we have an LG subwoofer again out of another home theater in a box. And then a Jamo Compact 90 speaker down the bottom here. And I'm not sure what the quality of Jamo is like, but we can see we have like an 8 or 9 inch woofer down the bottom, and a paper mid-bass, and a tweeter in here, which is a soft dome, which has a really crazy flare on it. But anyway, let's play speaker dog. Okay, so Jesus. So let's hook them up to an amplifier. I have a cable just here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this little cable into all of the speakers and see which ones make sounds and which ones don't. Now that we have these out of the way too, this right here, if we remember out of one of my more recent videos, I made this, well I didn't make it at all. This is a Sony speaker right here, and it has a JVC woofer on the left and a Technics super woofer on the right, because these speakers that were originally in there were foam rotted. Well anyway, this JVC subwoofer sounds really nice and it performs really well, whereas this Technics super woofer doesn't perform well. So with these LG and Panasonic woofers I've got over here, I want to see if I can make any of those ones, which are again more brands on top. We have Sony cabinet, JVC woofer, Technics woofer. I want to see if these Panasonic woofers or these LG woofers can also fit into the same enclosure with no modding. And if so, can I get one that sounds better than this Technics super woofer? Because I haven't been enjoying the sound of the Technics woofer, because it just farts, whereas the JVC actually has bass. So let's hook all these speakers up to an amplifier and let's see what I can get out of them sound quality wise, and if they are any good at all. So let's start with the little black LG speaker and hear how that one sounds. And another thing I will say too, whilst I'm setting these woofers up here and trying to find which cable goes to which one, because there's no terminals in the back, is I'm thinking maybe this one here, because I don't expect this one to be very good. Doing a whole bunch of testing with it, water on the sub, paint on the sub, how long can a speaker last outside that has absolutely no protection, and we'll see how long it lasts for before the paper cone. There we go, I'm touching the wires together and we can hear it's working. See how long the paper cone takes before it deteriorates, depending on what the cone material is, and just seeing some sort of testing sort of stuff happening with the speakers as well for more interesting content. But anyway, I now have this hooked up. So this thing weighs like literally nothing. If you can see, like it weighs absolutely nothing. So it's probably like a kilo or two. So what we're going to do now is we are going to angle my camera down onto the speaker here, pull focus on that. My camera can't pull focus on black speakers. And now what we're going to do is we're going to crank some music through it and see how it sounds. Let's just quickly skip through to some bass. It works. That's a good start. I was able to crank it to full volume. It actually sounds a little bit better than I thought it would for a speaker that literally weighs nothing, that I could probably pick up with one finger if I had a hole I could stick it in. But, oh god. So let's hook up the other LG woofer and we'll see how that one sounds. And of course we'll just do all the other ones real quick, and then we'll pull them apart and see what components are like inside of them, and yeah, if they fit into this enclosure over here. Alright, so here we are now with the second LG woofer. This one I'm expecting the driver maybe to be able to fit in this one, because it looks to be about that 6-inch size, but let's hear how this one sounds. Yeah, the funny thing about this one is, again, it works. Just keeping it short, sort of short and sweet, because the songs I'm using are copyright. But what I'm trying to look at with these speakers as well, you know, if there's any sort of damage, I can feel on the side here that the speaker grill feels like it has a flat dust cap, whereas the Panasonic one I'm about to get to feels like it has like a normal round dust cap. But this one was actually really quiet in comparison to the last one, which is funny because it's a bigger woofer on this one. So I'm sort of listening to how efficient these speakers are as well. So what I'm going to do now is hook up the Panasonic woofer. We'll see if that one works, how that one sounds. Then we'll do the Jamo one last, and then we'll start pulling them apart in reverse order. Alright, so here we have the Panasonic woofer. Now let's hear if this one sounds any good.
Someday this and someday that. Before I got away from the devil, but the cunt came back. She put that pussy on a plate.
Alright, we have a ton of port noise. Again, actually doesn't sound as good as that small cheap one, even though this one weighs a lot more, so sort of weird. It's actually being exactly opposite to what I thought. I almost left that black one at the second-hand store, so I'm actually surprised with how well it performed. Let's now hook up the Jamo one and see how that thing sounds. Again, I'm expecting the woofer out of this Panasonic and this LG speaker over here to most likely fit in the Sony cabinet, but we'll have to just wait and see for that. Alright, so now here we are with the Jamo speaker, and as we can see, I'm expecting this to sound the best because it has a woofer and a mid bass and a tweeter, so let's hear how this one sounds.
Prove people wrong because they overlook me. I live to see my son smile and father living cushy, knowing that my friends are the only.
Okay, we have a classic case of foam rot on the woofer. Again, I wish I hadn't have seen this one and taken it home, because it definitely has foam rot on the woofer, which means one thing and one thing only: it's gonna have to go up in smoke. So now we're gonna start, as I said, in reverse order, and let's pull the speakers out of this Jamo woofer. We'll pull the cable out of the back first so we don't short anything out. And we're gonna start on the top here and remove all of the components and what's inside. Alright, so I've just discovered something really, really weird. I've tried both of my Allen key sets here, and these little Allen key bits that are just hanging around on the speakers are of course plastic and fake, because I've just noticed that none of my Allen key sets here had the sizing to support the hole, and then I realized that they're plastic and fake. So that means one thing and one thing only: seeing as this speaker already has foam rot and is going to be of no use to me, I'm going to use my abnormally small hammer that I got when I was much, much younger and try and break into the speaker instead of... I really don't care about this one, it's already got foam rot, so I really couldn't care what I do to it. I'm just trying to make the grill come off. There it is. I've just seen it separated there from the outer frame, so we're now I'm gonna grab a screwdriver, wedge it in there and pull the grill out that way and just break it off, because I do not care. So the woofer that's actually in here, one, is covered in spider webs, but it actually doesn't feel to be of a terrible quality. Again, nice fabricy sort of dust cap here that can't be pushed in. Oh man, I'm getting stuff everywhere again. So again, none of my Allen key sets fit, so I don't know how to remove the actual driver, because there is this plastic ring around the outside which will not come off. So I'm going to assume that there is other ways in. Actually, I take it back. The cone material of this speaker feels terrible, and I can see the back of the magnet there is absolutely tiny. So look at that, it just folds straight over and just stays there. So we're now going to have... I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to just try and get all the speakers out however possible. So let's see. Alright, so I've got some separation up the top here now, as we can see. So I'm just going to... Oh, wow. Okay. I thought that would be a little bit more difficult than it was. I literally just got my little tiny abnormal hammer that someone commented about, and I got it when I was younger, that's why I still use it. Just put it in there, went like that, slid it across, and bang, there goes the whole entire front panel. And I've never seen anything like this. Wow. I am very, very confused as to what I'm seeing here. That's why I like doing this, because I learn new things that I didn't know about speakers before. So my next question to you guys, the last question, I sort of had a rough idea with the last question as to what was causing the speakers to move in and out, because copper magnets, when they move back and forth, do generate a bit of electricity. Why are there coils on the back of the magnets? I think I've just answered my own question actually. When I think about it, that's just going to be the crossover sort of component, sort of resistor. But man, I've never seen anything like that. More that I think about it, yeah, I'm 100% right, I believe. I've never seen that though ever before, which is very, very weird. I've never seen the crossover just stuck on the back of a woofer like that, or a tweeter or a component. But anyway, I actually can't seem to see how these woofers are actually attached in here, so what I'm going to do is just try and pry them out of the enclosure and see how I can work my way about getting them out. Alright, so well, I pulled the tweeter out and it's completely separated the diaphragm from the magnet, so I don't know if that's going to go back together. I might just have to blow that diaphragm out just by itself, so I'll do that in a later video with the rest of the components here. But that's the tweeter. We're now going to try and remove this mid bass somehow, and then I'll try and remove the woofer somehow as well. So this is just turning out to be a really rather weird video. Alright, so my method of prying was actually successful. Well, there is the paper mid bass, mid woofer type thing. And we're going to push that dust cap in because that's just something I always do. And man, that's a cheap material. Oh, okay. Well, I've somehow just changed the color of the dust cap. That must be the original color of the woofers. They must all have been black, and with time they have faded to this browny sort of shitty looking color. But anyway, as we can see there, again, those screws were fake. Let me just angle my camera up to, there we go. As we can see there, again, the screws were fake. It was just literally bits of plastic and glue holding these woofers down. So there's that. Here's the tweeter, which is completely destroyed. And here's the woofer, which I was also able to pry out. So I wonder if this was also a different color underneath and it was originally black. And it's become brown over time of fading. So that's the Jamo speaker. Now let's go back to the Panasonic woofer. Let's pull the Panasonic woofer apart. So I'm just gonna leave all the components inside the box there and put this bit of plastic to the side. And let's have a look inside the Panasonic box. Alright, so now here we are with the Panasonic woofer. Now I was attempting to remove the grill off this before and I couldn't seem to do it, so I believe I'm gonna need the hammer yet again. I seem to be using the same tool. That was so loud, it's not funny. I'm gonna position my camera again so we can actually get some action into the shot. And I'm gonna try and just pry the grill off like this, and somehow, oh man, I'm probably gonna need a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver to put under here, just to keep it. Oh, there we go. So I've just broken the seal and the glue there. I don't really want to snap it, the grill that is, off. I would just rather just crack the glue, but here we go. We've now got 2 of 4 clips undone. We're gonna get the 3rd one, and now we should just be able to do the 4th one by hand. There we go. So we have a rubber surround, relatively high excursion looking woofer. Let's zoom you back in so we can have a look at it. We have what looks to be a half decent woofer here, and I'm probably going to remove this now with my drill. We're going to have a look at what the back of the woofer looks like real quick, so let's do that. Alright, so here's the moment of truth now. We're going to remove the woofer from the enclosure. That came out super easy. And wow, we actually have a decently solid magnet on the back here. It's surprising me how big some of these woofers actually are from the back. We have 100 watts, 8 ohms, there's the model number. It looks like it has a treated cone on the back here, if I can get the right lighting for you guys. You can see the back of the woofer there, it looks like it's got some sort of treatment on the back. So I'm gonna leave this woofer out of its enclosure. We're just gonna see again at the end of this video if this exact little woofer just here is gonna fit inside. Let's have a quick fit. Yep, again, it is 100% perfectly gonna fit in the enclosure. So we'll see if this one's better than the Technics Superwoofer. And of course, whichever one is the best won't get blown, whereas the remaining shit ones that are gonna get blown, well, I'm going to get blown. Now one thing as well, this is the one that had something rattling around in it, and I can see there's a bouncy ball trapped underneath the port. So there is the Panasonic woofer. I'm gonna set that to the side now. Now we're gonna get on with this LG woofer. Now I noticed a lot of people were saying rest in peace carpet in the last video because of the foam rot. And I haven't seen any of the foam in the carpet since I vacuumed this room a couple times. And again, I've got more foam in the carpet because of that other Jamo woofer. Again, I believe it'll probably just vacuum out, but if there's actually another reason as to why, that would be rest in peace carpet, let me know, because from my understanding it's just vacuuming straight up. So this one actually seems to be stuck down a lot tighter, so I'm going to get some much thinner and smaller screwdrivers because the prying part of this actually isn't all too thin, so it doesn't fit under very, very tight grills. So I'm going to go and grab a small screwdriver set and try and remove the grill that way. Alright, so I've now got the grill loose and I haven't looked underneath yet, so this is my first reaction with you guys. And just like I suspected, this one looks very, very similar to the JVC woofer. If anything, it looks practically identical. Let's check against the Panasonic woofer. This one looks to be the tiniest bit smaller, however this is just quite beefy around the outside. So I believe this one probably will just fit back inside the other enclosure. So I'm going to remove all of the screws off the front of this speaker and we'll have a look at the back together just like always. So again, this one's coming out quite easy. I can feel there's another gasket around the back here sealing the air. Okay, this one, oh man, what have I done there? Oh, I'm pulling the wire in from the back. There we go. This one is branded LG, 8 ohms, 40 watts. This one here was branded, no brand, but made in Malaysia, as we can see on the back. I'll just hold this up for you. Malaysia, 8 ohms, 100 watts. This one is branded LG, 8 ohms, 40 watts. So my guess is the speaker that is far beefier is going to be far more powerful. So aside from that, beside each other, they're not too much really that different. They're the same size, I believe. Actually, the LG might be the tiniest bit smaller. Again, I will test to see if they do fit inside that Sony box. So I believe I did the order differently last time. I believe I looked at them last time and then tested them. So now that we've got these woofers here out, I'm just going to set these aside over here because they're the woofers that are actually going to fit inside of the enclosure. And then we're going to grab this little one here, which is far too narrow. As we can see here, it is definitely not going to have the woofer that's wide enough to fit inside because this woofer right here is just too wide in general. So let's now have a look at this one. Let's see how we get the grill off. If we can get the grill off, we'll just try putting a small screwdriver in there and just prying it. Are we getting any results? Yes, it's starting to come off a bit. So I'm going to work my way around, pull the grill off, and again react to the woofer, seeing it for the first time with you guys like I always do. Alright, so I'd be lying to you if I said I was reacting to this woofer the first time, because the grill was so hard to get off. I actually ended up being able to see the driver, but as we can see here, it is a rather nice looking woofer. I'm going to get my drill, remove all of the screws here. I was going to say screwdriver, but it's obviously not. Remove all the screws and we're going to have a look at the back of this woofer. Again, this woofer is way too small. This one actually looks like it might be a direct fit in for that Logitech Z533. There we go. The system that I had in the other video. I'm currently using it in my bathroom of all places. Again, oh god, terminals are quite stiff on this one. That's my normal test to just pull the wire straight off. Is just go like that. Wow. Look at that. Okay, so the terminals were so tight on there that it's actually ripped the bottom of the wires out instead and left that there. Again, we're branded LG Electronics. I don't even know how I'm going to get that off, if at all. And of course, they are heat shrunk on there as well, so it's not even like I can just solder back over the top of them. But anyway, that's the LG woofer out of that one. That's the big Panasonic woofer. And here's the other LG woofer here. So again, we've got a couple of nice drivers just here in today's video, so we'll have a quick look up at those. Again, some nice-ish drivers. We're now gonna have a look at the other Sony box, see how they fit in there, and if they sound any better than the super woofer from Technics, which I believe the Panasonic one most likely will. So we're gonna do that right now. Let's hook them up to this box here. Alright, so this is a bit of an abrupt ending again, but it seems to be a common theme on my channel lately. But anyway, all I wanted this video to be is showing you that you can have a lot of fun just using small cheap speakers like this and pulling them apart and playing with them. And it's showing you don't need to spend a ton of money to go out there and have fun with audio. So of course the Panasonic woofer here has fit in perfectly. And the LG woofer, although it looks absolutely identical to the JVC woofer right here, is actually slightly smaller, so the screw holes don't perfectly line up. So one of the big issues I've been having with this speaker, which is going to be quite, I don't know how you say it, but I'm going to make this a part of my channel now, just because it's so shit and funny. And it's going to be commonly referred to as the shit speaker. So basically we have a Sony box, Sony tweeter, Sony crossover, eBay amplifier, and the crossover only works on the left speaker and the tweeter here. So this is a JVC woofer that is a 3 ohm woofer and a tweeter which is 8 ohms. They sound okay together. The issue being is this is a 3 ohm woofer, so the amplifier is pushing that left channel so much harder than it's pushing the right channel, because this is an 8 ohm woofer. The old woofer that was in it was 8 ohms, and this is 8 ohms. So what I'm going to actually do, and this is going to sound really stupid and I shouldn't do it because it's not, definitely don't do this to a set of speakers you like, but because this is going to be the shit speaker and I'm just going to literally play with this as much as I can and just have fun with it, I'm going to drill a hole, well, get my jigsaw out and cut a hole in the top here and mount this woofer. I'm then going to go around and drill some holes. I'm going to hot glue the grill in so it's covered by a grill, and I'm literally going to just keep messing around with this speaker and do stupid things like that with it and abuse it, and if something breaks, fix it. I might eventually put some corners on it too, because one of the back corners isn't holding up too well. And then if we have port noise, I might block the ports and get those little passive radiators from my old Bluetooth speaker and stick them all over the box. I literally just want to have fun with this. I don't care about the sound quality at all. It's not very good because of the amplifier and the Bluetooth and everything. It's just going to be a fun thing to have on the channel, I believe at least. So let me know what you think of that. But for this video, that is the end of it. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure you chuck a like on it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and chuck a comment on it if you're looking forward to this speaker. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I hope you do enjoy, and we'll look forward to this video coming out. See you in the next one.